HII, here's a business that just delivered one of its best years on record. Revenue up 27%, profit after tax nearly doubling, margins expanding, and a balance sheet that flipped from net debt to a genuine net cash position. By almost every operating measure, this company was firing on all cylinders. And yet, the stock trades at a price-to-earnings ratio of roughly 80 times, well over double its listed peer group's median multiple. The real question isn't whether this business deserves a premium. It's whether the market is paying more than even this genuinely strong year justifies. Quick numbers. Market capitalization of roughly 25,700 to 26,100 crore rupees. Price-to-earnings ratio around 80 times, against a peer median closer to 32 times. Price to book around 9 times, against a peer median under 3 times. Full year revenue of about 4,819 crore rupees, up 27%. Profit after tax of around 346 crore, up 87.5%. And a 3-year average return on equity of just 10.6%. Keep that last number in mind, it matters more than it sounds. This is an electronics manufacturing services company, the kind of business that designs, prototypes, assembles, and tests circuit boards and finished electronic products on behalf of brands that would rather not run their own factories. Its customers span automotive, consumer electronics, industrial equipment, medical technology, defense electronics, and IT and railways. Here's what actually matters, the mix. Consumer electronics work is high volume but comparatively low margin, and still makes up close to a third of revenue, deliberately capped there by management, who are steering the business toward industrial, medical, and defense work instead, categories with meaningfully better margins. Around 17% of revenue now comes from own design manufacturing, where the company owns the underlying product design rather than simply assembling someone else's, a structurally higher margin position. Full year revenue came in at roughly 4,819 crore rupees, up 27% year-on-year, while profit after tax surged to around 346 crore, an 87.5% jump. Profit grew more than 3 times faster than revenue. Net profit margin expanded from 4.9% to 7.2% over the year, a genuinely meaningful improvement, and that's real operating leverage showing up in the numbers, not just a one-quarter blip. Here's the number that puts the valuation in real context. Despite this year's sharp profit jump, the 3-year average return on equity sits at a comparatively modest 10.6%. That's not automatically a red flag. A business scaling this fast, with margins actively improving, often shows a return profile that lags what one strong year suggests. But it does mean the market, at an 80 times price-to-earnings ratio, is pricing a continuation and acceleration of this trend, not simply rewarding what's already been delivered. The balance sheet genuinely improved, moving from net debt to around 467 crore rupees in net cash by year-end. But there's a catch worth knowing. A fresh institutional fundraise was just approved at the most recent board meeting. A previously announced acquisition was also dropped after conditions weren't met. And independent analysts have flagged a real gap between paper profit and free cash flow, worth watching over the next few quarters rather than assuming it resolves on its own. A few risks worth naming plainly. Leadership changed hands very recently, right at a moment when execution consistency matters most. There's real working capital intensity in this business model. Fresh dilution is a live possibility given the newly approved fundraise. And the consumer segment, still close to a third of revenue, carries structurally lower margins than where management wants the mix to go. At its current market capitalization, this stock trades at a price-to-earnings ratio around 80 times and a price-to-book multiple over 9 times, both more than double their respective peer group medians. That premium is being paid for a genuinely real growth and margin improvement story. The operating numbers this year back it up. But an 80 times multiple leaves very little room for error. A single quarter of margin disappointment, a slower than guided next year, or dilution from the new fundraise landing awkwardly could compress that multiple quickly, even if the underlying business keeps growing at a healthy pace. So, which company is this? The full reveal and the complete written breakdown are in this week's Second Source article, linked below. This is a business case study for educational purposes only, not investment advice. Please do your own research before making any investment decision. Thanks for watching.